What's up guys, welcome to part 3 of my WordPress tutorial series, and in this video I'm going to cover creating your first blog post, how to format it, and how to monetize it. Before I begin, if you haven't checked out the other 2 videos, I'll leave links down below for those videos, so make sure you go ahead and check them out first and then come back and check out this video. With that out of the way, the first thing we need to do is head on over to the post section of your WordPress dashboard. Now, I have a post ready to go just so I can show you the different elements that I use and to really give you a better understanding of how to format your blog post for the best results. So to make this easy to understand, I'm going to start from the top and work my way down. So the first thing is your title. It's important to know what topic and what keyword or key phrase you're going for ahead of time, because it pretty much dictates how you piece together the rest of your article and how well it ranks. Something to keep in mind is that there are thousands of other people creating blog content just like you who are using the same or similar string of keywords or key phrases, so it's important to make sure you are differentiating yourself but still allowing yourself to get noticed by the algorithm. All of this is part of the process of getting your article indexed and ranked within Google search engine, and something you need to do if you want to get that organic traffic to your website. Luckily, there are plenty of tools out there that will help you come up with creative titles for your articles while still being able to target your keywords or key phrases. SEMrush, SimilarWeb, Ahrefs. These are just a few of the tools you could use for your keyword or key phrase research. Next is your image. Google looks for articles with images, so it's important to have an image attached to the top of your blog post. Choosing an image isn't difficult. Just make sure the image is related to the topic or niche you are covering. And if you need images to use, you can use sites like Pexels, Pixabay, or PicWizard to get your images. These sites are all free to use. The images on these sites fall under Creative Commons, and you don't have to pay or give attribution to use these images. There are 2 other things you need to do with your image in order to help your blog rank, and that's to add a link and to add an alternate description to the image. I'll get into the specifics of SEO a little bit later, but for now, these are 2 things you really want to consider when adding your images. The next thing you'll want to do under your image setting is to add a short introduction. This will serve 2 purposes. The first purpose is to give a quick summary of what your reader can expect from the article. The second purpose is that this will act as a meta description for Google search engine. The meta description is the description that shows up under your article title and article URL in Google search results. It's important that you keep your meta description short, and somewhere within those few short sentences you add your keyword in there. Now, believe it or not, my summary is too long and Google won't display the whole thing. So something you can do, which is something I did, is take a small portion of the article description and use that as your meta description. Your SEO tool will allow you to do this easily. I'll dig into using the SEO tools a little bit later. The next thing is the table of contents. This is something you may want to consider if you're creating longer blog posts. This will make it easier for your reader to navigate your posts. Some SEO tools will look for a table of contents plugin. Now, it's not showing here in the editor, but if we preview the page, you can see that it pops right up before my first heading. I forgot to mention this in my previous video, but there is a plugin you can use that will automatically set up your table of contents for you. All you need to do is provide the location where you want it to appear. The plugin is called Easy Table of Contents and it's free to use. Next, you have the headings. These headings are a way to display the importance of certain sections of your article. Your headings go from really big to really small. Again, going from the most important to the least important. Going down the list of headings, you have heading 1, which is basically your title heading. There's not much of a use for this heading unless you're a site like Forbes and you have continuous articles all on the same page and you're trying to show separation between the articles. Your article has a dedicated title section right at the top of the page, pre-formatted. So, again, there's really not any reason to use heading 1. Heading 2, 3, and 4 are the ones you'll most likely be using. Think of heading 2 like your chapter name. You'll be using this heading to point out the main points in your article. So, using this article as an example, the article itself is basically about affiliate marketing for beginners, and that's my main title. Then I have the main points or chapters, as you will. There are 3 in this article that are using heading 2, which are how affiliate marketing works, how much can you make with affiliate marketing, and how to get set up step by step. Now, as far as heading 3, I actually have it in use under a heading 2. This is the section where I actually start explaining how to get started with affiliate marketing, and I break this section down into steps. I use heading 3 to highlight points in this section, and if we check the preview and go to the table of contents, you can see that using heading 3 for the steps created subpoints under that section. Heading 3 is good for when you have steps or subpoints that don't necessarily warrant their own section. Now, I know this all sounds confusing, which is why I'm referring to the table of contents. It pretty much gives you a visual representation of the hierarchy of each of the headings. 4 is probably the last one I would use, and that would be for something like bullet points. Now, this one is not necessary, but if it's something you want to put emphasis on, then you have that option. Moving away from the headings, but still in that realm, you have the regular text, which is in paragraph format, and I would leave that as is. Speaking of paragraphs, when creating your blog posts, make sure you split up your paragraphs often. Google looks for readability, and if you have long run-on paragraphs, your articles will get dinged and not rank as well. If you're using an SEO tool, it will point out if your paragraphs are running too long, and they'll let you know if you're falling short as well. If you take a look at my article, you can see it pretty evenly spaced paragraph-wise. Left alignment is the main alignment you see in almost every article, so I would leave that alone. There are some occasions where you'll see the alignment switch up a bit, and it's usually when you see an image right next to a paragraph. When done right, it can change things up a bit and help keep your readers engaged with your post. Going back to images real quick. It is good to sprinkle images throughout your article, and again, if you have an SEO tool, it will let you know if you've used enough images in your article. Now, getting into the articles themselves. When you're just starting out, you'll probably be writing shorter articles as you learn and get comfortable with writing. Just know Google favors longer articles. Somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 words is a sweet spot, but work your way into it first. The most important thing right now, just starting out, is consistency. Another thing you'll want to do is sprinkle your focus keywords or key phrases throughout your article. I can't give you an exact count, as I believe it depends on the length of the actual article itself. Again, your tool will let you know when you've hit the sweet spot. If you haven't figured it out yet, you absolutely should have an SEO tool installed. It has a huge effect on how successful your articles will be. Something else you want to add to your articles, and one of the key components to your articles, are the links. There are quite a few ways to implement links into your article, some of which are necessary in order to increase your article's SEO score. Now let me break that down for you. The first type of links are outbound links. These are links that go to websites outside of your own website. This could be affiliate links or links that go to other articles or websites. Then you have inbound links, also known as backlinks. These are links that refer back to your website from other blogs or websites. And finally, you have internal links. These links are links that refer to other articles from within your own blog. Used right, links can help your website rank within Google search engine. So let's break down how to set up your links. So starting with outbound links. First, there's your affiliate links. If you're looking to monetize your blog, you can recommend products and services in your niche. You can find both physical and digital products across the web by checking out their respective websites and looking for their affiliate programs. Popular places to find affiliate programs are ClickBank, MaxWeb, Warrior Plus, and these are for digital products. For physical products, try sites like Amazon, Walmart, and ShareSale. For me, because my articles tend to be longer, I like to add between 2 to 3 links. One somewhere near the beginning, one somewhere in the middle, and one at the end. Again, this is going to depend on how long your article is. Just make sure you're not overdoing it. Also, don't just throw your affiliate link into your blog as is. You can actually mask your link behind regular text by highlighting the text you want to use and selecting the chain link icon in your toolbar. Then add your link there. Your link will be masked behind regular text and it looks much cleaner and less spammy. The other outbound link you'll want are links going to external websites. Most people think it's stupid to link to other blogs and websites, but Google actually likes it. There are a couple of ways you can do this. You can either recommend another blog or website that's similar to your niche and just mask the link the same way you would mask an affiliate link, or something I see other bloggers do is they use images from other blogs in their blog. Then they add a caption to the used image, giving credit to the blog they got the image from, as well as a link back to that blog. You can also add a link directly to the image itself. With inbound links, there are a few ways to go about this one as well. You can find sites where you can write guest blogs and link back to your website. Another option is you can create microblogs on sites like Medium, Wix, or WordPress.com to again create niche-related blog posts that link back to your main site. With these microsites, you don't have to put a lot of effort into the articles. Again, they're there as a way to link back to your main website. You could hire someone dirt cheap to write articles for you, or you could use a couple of PLR articles to get this done. Just remember, they still have to be niche specific. Another way to get backlinks is to set up a profile on sites like Quora.com and leave a link in the About section of your profile. Then search the site for niche specific questions and answer those questions while also referring people to check out your profile for more information where they can see the link to your website. Alternatively, you can ask questions anonymously, then log into your account and answer those very same questions, allowing others to see your answer. There are many more ways to set up backlinks to your website, but for now, these are some of the easier ones to pull off if you're just starting out. Now, for internal links, this one's pretty simple. You can embed links to your website and images you have in that blog post, or you can dedicate a sentence or two to recommending another post on your blog. Just remember to mask the link. So I think I've covered everything about the elements that go into a blog post, but what about the post itself? What type of content should you be writing? As an authority blog, there are 3 types of content that work really well with building authority. These are reviews, how-tos, and comparisons. Reviews are simple. Find products in your niche and break them down. What the product does, what the product includes, pricing, pros and cons, and then offer your thoughts on whether or not the product can help the reader solve their problem and if it's worth the purchase. Reviews, depending on the niche, may be the most difficult of the three simply because you may have to actually make purchases in order to do the reviews. How-tos are just that. You teach the reader how to perform certain actions that will help them solve the problem they are having. This will probably be the most used of the three because there's always a problem to be solved. Comparisons are similar to reviews, but you're comparing one product to another similar product to help the reader determine which product provides the better value. Again, writing these different types of content will help you build authority in your niche. So you've got your content written, you've got the images, and you've got the links. It's time to check out our trusty SEO tool to make sure we're not missing anything. For this, I'm using Rank Math SEO. This is a phenomenal tool that makes sure your blog post is set up and ready to go when you hit that publish button. I'm going to go ahead and open up all of the tabs just so you can see all of the things this tool looks for in your blog post. So, in Rank Math, you have 4 tabs. The first one shows you a preview of your article title and the meta description, and it shows you how it will look in Google's search results. This will give you a good idea of how your title will look and the keyword placement in your meta description. You'll also use this section to provide your focus keyword, and you'll also be using this section to modify your meta description if need be. Remember, your focus keyword will set up the rest of your SEO tool. The second tab is all about making sure you are using your focus keyword in all the right places. The title, make sure your focus keyword is sprinkled throughout the article. All this stuff is important because it lets Google know exactly what your content is about. The third tab is about making sure your title is eye-catching to the reader. You can write the best article in the world, but if your title doesn't catch the reader's attention, it won't make a difference how good your article is. The fourth tab is all about making sure the reader understands what your article is about and making sure the content is engaging to them. This tab makes sure that your article is formatted for readability so that your reader doesn't get bored or overwhelmed with all the information you're providing. Now, Rank Math uses a scored and color-based system. Each of the tabs have plenty of tasks for you to complete in order to increase your score. Now, as you can see, for my SEO score, it's pretty high. For the most part, I have everything covered, but I intentionally left a few things out just so I can show you what it looks like when you're missing a few elements or tasks. So let's break this down real quick. A solid green circle with a solid white check mark next to the task means that you have everything right. That one's 100% complete. If you have a hollow green circle with a green check mark, it means you are close to perfect, but you have to make a slight adjustment somewhere. For this section, I have to add a few more keywords into my article in order to complete this task 100%. If you see a hollow yellow circle with a yellow check mark, it means you have the element for that task implemented, but you need to add more of it. For this task, I needed to add images, but I only added one. So to complete this task and turn it into green, I just need to add more images. Now, if you are seeing red circles with X's, that means you are either completely missing elements for a given task, or something with that task is wrong and you need to fix it. The aim of the game is to get your score to 100 or as close as possible. You may not be able to get to 100 every time, but as long as you're in the green or close to it, you should be okay. I mention this time and time again, but your SEO tool is your best friend when it comes to blogging. It's a very competitive space, and if used right, your SEO tool can give you the competitive edge. Coming up on the end, now it's time to head over to the sidebar. The first option is to publish, but we won't do that yet. Let's head over to the category tab and create a category. For this, I'm going to use affiliate marketing because, well, that's what the article is about, affiliate marketing. Right under category is tags. Here you can add a few keywords related to your article or niche. Right under that is the featured image section. I usually just set the first image I uploaded to the top of the page as my featured image. This one is really up to you. Finally, you have the Publish tab. Here, you can preview your work live, schedule a post to go live at a later date, or you can publish and go live right away. So, that concludes this video and this WordPress series. We covered setting up WordPress, we covered themes, and we finished it with creating your first blog post. Hopefully you found it useful. Links will be down below for getting started with WordPress, as well as plugins and themes. So make sure you check those out. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in a future series. Take care.